Tag TV brings you daily news bulletin from India. Breaking news and views from India.
Good evening, welcome to South Asia Newsline. I am Uzma Jafri. Here are the top stories we are tracking for you on Friday, the 28th of June. G20 summit begins in Osaka. Indian Prime Minister meets world leaders. Activists in London highlight human rights violations in Balochistan. And NATO chief says there is unique opportunity for peace in Afghanistan. And now for all the details. The two-day G20 summit officially began in Japan's Osaka city on Friday. Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi on the sidelines of the summit held meetings with several world leaders, including Russian President Vladimir Putin and Chinese President Xi Jinping.
The 14th G20 summit officially began in Japan's Osaka city on Friday, where world leaders gathered for the traditional family photo. 19 countries and the European Union and several other special invitees are participating in the summit, which will see discussions on global economy, trade and investment, among others. Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi on the sidelines of the G20 summit held meetings with several world leaders, including Russian President Vladimir Putin and Chinese President Xi Jinping. The three leaders also sat for talks during an informal Russia-India-China meet and agreed that it is important to maintain a rules-based trading system, among others.
अग्रणी अर्थव्यवस्थाओं के रूप में विश्व की आर्थिक, राजनीतिक और सुरक्षा की स्थिति पर हमारे बीच विचार विनिमय बहुत ही महत्वपूर्ण है। हमारी आज की यह त्रिपक्षीय मुलाकात प्रमुख वैश्विक मुद्दों पर चर्चा और समन्वय का एक उपयोगी माध्यम है।
Earlier, Prime Minister Narendra Modi at an informal BRICS countries meet insisted on energy security for consistent global economic growth. Modi spoke about strengthening WTO, fighting protectionism, ensuring energy security and the need to work together to fight terrorism. He also held a bilateral meeting with US President Donald Trump, during which issues related to Iran and trade and defense relations were discussed.
A terrorist was gunned down by security forces in an encounter in Budgam district of India's northern Jammu and Kashmir province on Friday. This comes after Indian security forces killed a terrorist in a similar gunfight in Pulwama district of the province on Wednesday.
Security forces on Friday gunned down a terrorist in an encounter in Budgam district of India's northern Jammu and Kashmir province. The encounter broke out after a cordon and search operation was launched by security forces upon specific inputs about the presence of terrorists in Kralpura area in Budgam district. As the search operation was underway, the hiding terrorists fired at the search party. In the ensuing gunfight, one terrorist was killed, police said. Search operations were, however, still underway till the last reports came in. This comes after Indian security forces killed a terrorist in a similar gunfight in Pulwama district of the province on Wednesday. India has long blamed neighbouring Pakistan of arming and infiltrating terrorists from across the border to mount attacks on Indian soil. Pakistan, however, denies the allegations.
Moving on. Baloch activists recently held a demonstration in London to raise the issue of gross human rights violations by Pakistan and Iran in Balochistan. Activists have long blamed that Pakistani forces use extrajudicial killings and enforced disappearances as means to muzzle dissenting voices in Balochistan.
The Free Balochistan movement organized a protest in front of the British Parliament earlier this week to highlight the Iranian and Pakistani state atrocities against the Baloch people. The protesters blamed that both Iran and Pakistan are involved in crimes against humanity in Balochistan and are promoting international terrorism in the name of religion. They highlighted that human rights defenders and political activists in Balochistan are regularly grappling with threats of extrajudicial killings and enforced disappearances.
We are here asking the world to take strong action against enforced disappearances in Balochistan, target killing of Baloch political activists, and the oppressions that are going on now, and the military bombardments of Baloch villages where people, including women and children, are being killed.
Baloch activists have long accused that Pakistani security forces operate with impunity in Balochistan. They blame that those who voice their concerns and demand even their basic rights are subjected to torture and violent crackdowns.
Load shedding and increasing price of electricity have triggered an unrest among the residents of Pakistan-administered Kashmir. Locals claim that despite housing major hydropower plants, the illegally occupied region gets no electricity.
Frequent power cuts have become a part of life for people residing in illegally occupied region of Pakistan-administered Kashmir. The optimism public had before the installation of the Neelam Jalam hydropower project seems to have faded away. They say it is ironic that the hub of hydropower generation, Pakistan-administered Kashmir, faces unscheduled and long hours of load shedding.
मुजफ्फराबाद में लोड शेडिंग होती है और नीलम जलम के बात करें तो उधर हमें कोई फ़ायदा नहीं है, उल्टा हमारी ज़मीनें खोखली, हमारे चश्मे सूख गए हैं, हमारे दरिया में पानी बहुत कम आ रहा है, हमारे दरिया में गंदगी हो गई है।
तो यहाँ बिजली का ये मसला है कि बिजली आती है और 1 घंटे के बाद फिर चली जाती है, फिर उसके बाद घंटा चलती है, फिर घंटे के बाद फिर चली जाती है, कभी आती है कभी नहीं आती, यानी ऐसा हालात है और महंगाई का भी बहुत ही हालात ख़राब हो रहा है।
Locals allege it is part of Islamabad's agenda to keep the region underdeveloped. Pakistan-administered Kashmir was illegally occupied by Pakistan more than 6 decades ago. However, the Pakistani establishment has failed to develop the infrastructure of the region, leaving the people high and dry.
NATO Secretary General Jens Stoltenberg has said there is a unique opportunity for peace in Afghanistan. He made the remarks after a 2-day NATO defense ministers meeting in Brussels this week, during which the allies expressed support for the ongoing US efforts for peace in Afghanistan.
NATO Secretary General Jens Stoltenberg has said that there is a unique opportunity for peace in Afghanistan and that the alliance strongly supports the efforts for a peace deal in the near future. Speaking on the concluding day of the NATO defense ministers meeting on Thursday, Stoltenberg said that allies have recently generated forces for the next rotation and confirmed financial support for the Afghan security forces through the year 2024. During the 2-day meeting in Brussels, NATO member nations discussed issues like progress on burden sharing, the alliance's defense and deterrence posture, new technologies and NATO's mission in Afghanistan.
While many challenges remain in Afghanistan, we now have a unique opportunity for peace. Allies fully support the efforts of the US Special Representative, Ambassador Khalilzad, to achieve a political settlement.
This comes at a time when the US and Taliban negotiators are soon set to convene their 7th round of talks in Doha to end the stalemate. Earlier, US Secretary of State Mike Pompeo, during an unannounced visit to Kabul, had said that he hopes that Afghanistan will achieve a peace deal ahead of the presidential elections in September.
Moving on to news from Nepal. The co-chair of the Nepal Communist Party or NCP, Pushpa Kamal Dahal, has reportedly been pushing for cabinet reshuffle. 8 NCP members had earlier joined Prime Minister KP Sharma Oli-led government based on Dahal's recommendation.
Nepal's former Prime Minister and the co-chair of the Nepal Communist Party or NCP, Pushpa Kamal Dahal, has reportedly been pushing for cabinet reshuffle. According to NCP members close to Dahal, he had once told party members close to him that those who have become ministers through his recommendation would be recalled after a year, allowing others an opportunity. 8 NCP members had joined Prime Minister KP Sharma Oli-led government based on Dahal's recommendation. Oli, another party co-chair, has not openly spoken about cabinet reshuffle. Communist Party of Nepal Unified Marxist-Leninist leader Oli, sworn in as Prime Minister for the second time in 2018, formally concluding the long-delayed democratic transition.
Around 45 foreign nationals from different countries took up an adventurous journey on auto rickshaws in Indian Himalayas. The week-long journey aimed to raise charity for promoting education and saving the environment.
Around 45 foreign nationals from 15 different countries took up a unique adventure ride for charity by travelling from India's hill town of Leh to Shimla on auto rickshaws. The foreign nationals, divided in the teams of 3, took different routes to reach Shimla while facing a lot of challenges and adventures. The week-long journey, called the Rickshaw Run Himalaya, began on June 22nd and was expected to end on Friday.
The journey has been beyond my expectations. Every day is an adventure and every day has been a different challenge. The scenery has been amazing. The heights that we've reached, the places that this machine has managed to go has just never ceased to surprise me.
Cool Earth is a charity that is regenerating rainforests and planting trees around the world to combat climate change. So that is one part of it, and the other part is our own personal charity, which is a school in Uganda.
The Rickshaw Run is being organised in India for the past 10 years now and aims to save the environment and provide charity to different schools across the globe. The journey crosses remote valleys and only seasonal passes between Leh and Shimla.
Buddhist monks and nuns from Thailand had set on a month-long peace walk to promote and spread the message of peace, love and communal harmony last month. They concluded the peace walk this week in the mountainous desert town of Leh in India's northern Jammu and Kashmir province.
Buddhist monks and nuns from Thailand reached Shea village in India's northern Leh region this week after completing a month-long Padyatra or foot march for peace. The march was carried out to promote and spread the message of peace, love and communal harmony, as well as to divert global attention towards the revival of glory and resources in the Himalayan region. Hundreds of participants completed the month-long march and received a warm reception by locals, spiritual leaders upon their arrival.
Very glad to inform our friends, peace-loving people, that this 4-path yatra by the venerable monks, nuns and lay people from Thailand, which they started 1.5 months before, after paying respects, praying in all the different Buddhist holy places in Bihar. They arrived in Dharamsala, and from Dharamsala they started the Path Yatra for World Peace on 25th of May last month. Now we are nearly completing this, arriving in Leh, and this has been a great success.
This was the 4th Padyatra organized by Mahabodhi International Meditation Center, Devachan Leh. Started in 2016, every year the yatra commences after offering prayers at the holy shrine of the sacred Bodh Gaya temple. Leh is over 1242 miles away from Bodh Gaya, and walking monks and nuns took a stop at hill town of Dharamshala, where they sought blessings from Tibetan spiritual leader Dalai Lama.
Well, that's the way it was in South Asia this evening. Before we conclude, the top stories once again. G20 summit begins in Osaka. Indian Prime Minister meets world leaders. Activists in London highlight human rights violations in Balochistan. And NATO chief says there is unique opportunity for peace in Afghanistan. Now our viewers can watch the show on southasianewsline.com. You can also visit us on facebook.com/SAsiaNewsline and follow us on Twitter @SAsiaNewsline. That's all in tonight's edition. We will see you same time next week. Have a great weekend. Good night.